this video, I'll be demonstrating the general navigation around the search within Colleague. So firstly, how you would go to the search section is you look down the side panel and go to the option that says search. Once you've selected that, it will take you through to the search section within the candidates tab. And this is due to the candidates tab being set as default. However, you do have the options to do searches for company, contact, requirement and placement records as well. I'll be demonstrating on the candidates search tab. So you'll notice down the left hand side of the screen there is a list of all the search options available. So you can select the options here, and then to the right of this is where you'd pop in all of the information regarding what you would like to see within the search. So there's usually options to do selections, there's drop down menus, there's options to type in information as well. So once you've popped in information, you'll notice that to the top of the right hand side there is a found count, and this will be the number of candidates in this case that the system has found based on the information and the criteria you're putting in the search options, and this will change the more that you filter the search. Once you're happy with the amount found and you'd like to see the results, you just select show results. Once you've done this, it will basically pull through a list of all the records it's found based on the criteria you've inputted in the search options. And you can see them 10 entries at a time, or you can actually change it to multiple options here as well. The most amount you're able to see on one page is 250 entries on one page. You also have the option to select all of the records, or you can go through manually and select the records you'd like. And if you would like to hide the selected records, you can press unselected, and this will basically just show you the records that you haven't selected, or you can just see the records that you've selected by pressing selected, and it will just show you those records as well. And if you'd like to see all of them, you go back to all and it will show you all the records that it has found based on the criteria you've inputted. When you've selected some records as well, you'll notice along the top you have the option to press summary view. Once you've done this, basically a brief breakdown of the candidate's information will appear here, and if you've selected multiple, you'll have arrows along the top, and this will take you to the next record. And also if you'd like to go back, you just press it again, it will take you back through to the previous record. And then if you want the summary view to disappear, you just select it again and it will go. Another option you have once you've selected candidates is to export them into an Excel, and you can either support all of the records that have come through, or you can export the selected ones. So if you select any of those options, all that will happen is it will basically come up here in your downloads, and then once you've selected that, it will basically open an Excel sheet with all of the records or the selected records you've chosen and all the information in here that's displayed in the table. You also have the option to save the criteria. So the criteria is what you've popped in to get those results. So if you'd like to save that, how you do that is you go to criteria and then save criteria, and then you have two options here. You can either save the criteria for just yourself, or you could do a shared criteria. So depending on which one you pick, you just go down to where it says save and share criteria, or if you'd like to save it for yourself, you just go save criteria. So in this case we'll do a shared one just to show you. A blue bar will appear, and then in the first option where it says saved criteria as, you put in here the name of what you would like this criteria to be called. So in this case we'll call it Precious, and then you basically, if you would like to share it with other users, or if you'd like to share it with a team, or if you want to share it with all users, you could just do all users. However, in this case we'll say, for example, we'll share it with users, and then a drop down menu will appear, and in here you can select the users you'd like to share it with, and then once you're happy you just press OK. And then what you'll notice now is when you go to save criteria and share criteria, there is the one that I've just created, and if you press it, it will take you straight through to the criteria that I've inputted. If you would like to basically have this criteria as the default, so every time you open the search, this information that you've already popped in is already there, what you would do is you just press save as default, and then if we come out of the search and then go back into the search, you'll notice that the ownership information that I inputted, so selected these options, is still there as this is set as the default. If you would like to clear all of the information that's within a search, you just press clear all, and this is wiped away all of the criteria that you've popped in. If, for example, you'd like to go back to what you've popped in as the default, so we saved as the default for every time, you just press reset to default, and you'll notice that it's popped in the default criteria again. So those are the options regarding the criteria. In regards to the search result, so basically the table of records it's found based on the information you've popped in the criteria, you can also save that as well. And how you do that is you go to save searches, and then you go save search as, and then a blue bar will appear, and where it says save as, you basically pop in what you would like the save results to be called. In this case, I'll just pop my name in, and you also have the option to basically save it to a watchdog as well, but in this case I'll just leave it as no. And then you just press OK when you're happy, and then say, for example, if you cleared the search and you did a separate search altogether, so you did, let's do it based on a radius search, so we just pop a postcode in there, pop in a distance, let's say 10 miles. Okay, so we've got a different record count, so we'll have different results because of the information we put in. So say, for example, you'd like to save the results of this search with the search that you've just recently saved, you just go back to where it says save searches, and then if you go to add current results to a save search, you just select the search that you'd like to save that criteria to, and now those results that I just got on that separate search have attached themselves to the results of the search that I did prior, so they'll all be included in the same list. If you'd like to open a save search, just go again to save searches and select open save search. It'll bring the list of the save searches, and you just select the one you'd like to open. So say, for example, you'd like to have different information in the table that's displayed once you've got a list of records. You just go to where it says options and select the information you'd like to see in the table, or deselect the information, so you can press it or add it back on. You can also move it around to where you would like it to be shown in the table. So say, for example, if you'd like the name of the candidate to go first and then the candidate ID. So once you head back to the table, you'll notice now that the candidates' names appear before the ID as you changed in the options. And then if you would like to go into one of the records, you just select any of the parts of the table and it would take you straight through to that record. I hope this helps.